Welcome to my views and news, another video for you. Firstly, where some pictures are being shared by some pro-Ethiopian government and pro-Eritrean government news sources, which are claiming that the pictures show modern weapons which were being used by Tigray forces and which have now been captured by Ethiopian federal and regional forces in an operation. But the pictures are old pictures. Secondly, Dr. Tedros, WHODG, is in Egypt. What is he doing there? Egypt is being accused, and Sudan as well, by Ethiopian government unofficially, that the two governments are arming, supporting Tigray fighters who are trying to organize themselves on Sudan side of Sudan-Ethiopia border, and from there they have been trying to penetrate Volkayth. And thirdly, viewers, a video is being shared which is reportedly from northern Tigray. Some say the video is from Edi Dairo. The video shows bunkers and trenches dug by Tigray fighters. The area is under the control of Ethiopian government forces now. We have a clip for you. Firstly, viewers, as I always say that a campaign of misinformation and disinformation has been launched by all parties to this conflict, Ethiopian conflict. So we must recheck, cross-check whatever pictures, videos and verbal claims and rumors we hear and see. Some pictures are being shared. On the basis of these pictures, it is being claimed that foreign powers, Western countries, are supplying modern weapons to Tigray regional government. West is interfering, US is interfering in Ethiopian internal matters. How did Tigray manage to be in possession of these modern weapons? These pictures are being shared that these weapons were that the Tigray forces were in control, in possession of these weapons, but in an operation, Ethiopian government forces have captured these weapons. These are definitely some missiles, radars, loaders and launchers shown in these pictures. But problem is that these are not new pictures. I remember I did some videos on these pictures last year. Yes, these are long range, not long range, you can say with a range of around 300 400 kilometers. These are missiles with range of several hundred kilometers. And these missiles were fired reportedly by Tigray fighters in the first phase of the conflict from November 2020 till June 2021. They fired these long-range missiles on Asmara, Eritrean capital, and some say Bahirdar was hit as well. I think it was in the second week of November 2020 when these missiles were fired, long-range missiles. But then some were captured by ENDF and EDF when they took control of Mekelle. These pictures are not new pictures. The pictures being circulated are old pictures. We don't know how many of these missiles TDF is in possession of. Some missiles, launchers, radars could still be with Tigray forces, but it's not clear. Several were retaken by government forces last year. So these are new pictures, Propaganda is being spread that West, US, others are supplying Tigray with these modern weapons. It's just propaganda or misinformation, you can say. Secondly, viewers, Dr. Tedros, WHO head, is in Egypt. Pictures are being shared of Dr. Tedros with Egyptian Health Minister. Khalid Abdul Ghaffar is Egyptian Health Minister. Dr. Tedros has shared himself his picture with Khalid Abdul Ghaffar, Egyptian Health Minister. In Egypt, Eastern Mediterranean chapter of World Health Organization is organizing a conference. Dr. Tedros is in Egypt to attend this conference. We know that Ethiopian and Eritrean governments have been accusing Dr. Tedros of working to protect TPLF's interests. Dr. Tedros worked in the past, obviously, with TPLF-led EPRDF government in Ethiopia. He worked as a health minister as well. But since the start of this war in November 2020, both Ethiopian and Eritrean governments have been launching a campaign for the removal of Dr. Tedros from WHO. But Dr. Tedros is still DG of WHO. He was re-elected a few months ago. And we know that Ethiopian and Eritrean governments, especially Ethiopian government, has been accusing Sudan and Egypt unofficially that they are arming Tigray fighters, that on Sudanese soil, Tigray fighters are being trained and armed. And we have seen some fighting definitely on Sudan, side of Sudan, Ethiopia border. Some Tigrayans who defected ENDF, they were members of ENDF, they were working as peacekeepers in Abyei, Sudan, South Sudan, disputed territory. From there, they defected and they took asylum, they sought asylum in Sudan. And later, they joined the fight on Sudan, side of Sudan-Ethiopia border. And the fight was basically an advance towards Volkait, Western Tigray from Sudan. And these former members of ENDF Tigrayans and some refugees who crossed into Sudan from Tigray, they have been trying to organize themselves, backed by Sudan, to launch an offensive on Volkait from Sudan. There was heavy fighting close to Humera, reported by several news sources. Though now this front is relatively calm now, but reorganization, regrouping could be underway. And fingers are being pointed towards Dr. Tedros that he is in Egypt to get some support for TPLF from Egypt. But obviously, no one has shared any evidence. Dr. Tedros is there on his official work. That is what he is saying. Though there could be some behind the scenes meetings, but we have no such information. Dr. Tedros definitely speaks for Tigrayans, speaks for Tigray. Whenever and wherever he gets an opportunity, he speaks. He highlights the plight of Tigrayans. He highlights a Tigray conflict. And he tried to give ethnic color to this issue as well, when once he said that conflicts involving blacks were being neglected, involving Africans were being neglected. So his visit on the face of it is linked to his official work, but there could be some meetings because Egypt is interested in backing TPLF. Sudan as well, both are not happy with good, grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Despite their threats, Ethiopia succeeded in completing the second and third filling of the dam. Lastly, viewers, a video is being shared. It is being said that the video is from northern Tigray, from Edi Dairo. The video shows several bunkers and trenches built by Tigray fighters. The area is under ENDF and Amhara control. In the video, you can see several Amhara government forces soldiers. Most say that the video is from Edi Dairo, though not confirmed, not geolocated so far. Edi Dairo, according to ENDF, EDF backed sources and some others as well, is under the control of ENDF and EDF. Tigray has not officially denied the control of Edi Dairo by ENDF and EDF, though some pro-Tigray news sources are denying that Edi Dairo is under EDF, ENDF. But reportedly, EDF, ENDF, they managed to reach Edi Dairo. Watch this video showing some trenches and bunkers built by Tigray forces somewhere in northern Tigray. Area is under ENDF and Amhara control now. Thank you for watching.
ወደ 20 ኪሎ ሜትር ይጠጋል። ባድማ ይርቅም ይርቃል። ወደ 20 ኪሎ ሜትር ይሆናል።